Role of minerals. Mineral or inorganic element form only a very small fraction of the body weight of human beings and other higher animals. There is also wide variation in the content of different minerals in the body, like calcium. It constitutes about 2% of the body weight, while cobalt is only 0.00004%. The classification of minerals based on the biological significance. Mineral elements are classified into two. That is, two major groups, that is principal elements or macro elements or major elements, and trace elements or micro elements. The principal elements amount to 60 to 80% of the mineral contents in the body. They include calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sodium, potassium, chlorine, and sulfur. For human beings, principal elements are required in amounts greater than 100 milligrams per day. Trace elements are the least numerous elements in the body. They are required in amounts less than 100 milligram per day. They fall under three groups. Most essential trace elements, which include iron, copper, cobalt, chromium, zinc, manganese, fluorine, iodine, selenium, molybdenum. Less essential trace elements include nickel, vanadium, cadmium, barium. And non-essential trace elements include aluminium, boron, bismuth, lead, mercury, silver. The major roles of minerals. Minerals have multiple roles in animal body. They are involved in almost all aspects of cellular structure and function. They are very important in energy release, normal growth, and proper health. They are essential for fluid balance, formation of blood, development of bone and teeth, and normal functioning of muscles and nerves. Calcification of bones, coagulation of blood, neuromuscular excitation, transmission of nerve impulses, acid-base balance, osmotic and ionic regulation are some of their specific functions. Apart from all these, some minerals form integral components of some biologically important compounds. Examples are iron in hemoglobin, iodine in iodothyronine, zinc in insulin, cobalt in vitamin B12, sulfur in thiamine, biotin, lipoic acid, and coenzyme A, cobalt, molybdenum, selenium in some enzymes. Some others serve as cofactors and thereby participate in enzymatic reactions like magnesium, manganese, zinc, and potassium. The optimal intracellular and extracellular concentration of mineral ions are essential for maintenance of normal osmotic potential and proper acid-base balance. So, as far as minerals are concerned, they have many functions. They are very important in water balance, absorption, secretion, transport of metabolites, etc. Now coming to the major biological functions. They help in controlling the osmotic potential and hydroosmotic pressure. The phosphate, carbonate, bicarbonate ions serve as buffer systems to stabilize the pH. The phosphate ions serve as essential constituents of nucleotides, nucleotide phosphates, phospholipids, phosphoproteins, etc. Sodium and potassium ions play an important role in the generation of membrane potential and transmission of nerve impulses. Calcium ions are important in neuromuscular excitability, synthesis and breakdown of starch, and the association of some protein with DNA, and eukaryotic chromosome. Metallic cations such as iron, magnesium, manganese serve as cofactor and activate enzyme to control metabolism. We know that magnesium ions are very important in the organization of ribosome and chloroplast and essential for the photosynthesis in plant cells. Some metallic ions serve as constituent of metalloprotein and play an important role in the transport of electrons and simple molecules like iron, which transports electron as a part of the cytochromes and transport oxygen as being a part of hemoglobin. Calcium and phosphate ions serve as constituent of bone, thereby provide mechanical support. Some inorganic ions are involved in the synthesis of complex molecules like iodine is essential for the synthesis of thyroid hormone. Inorganic phosphate anions form a part of high energy phosphates like ATP, GTP, thereby taking up the energetic function. Coming to the disorders due to mineral malnutrition. There are, though the minerals are required in small quantities, they might even become deficit or surplus in the body, which will cause certain disorders. Hypocalcemia is a condition in which blood calcium level falls abnormally low. Hypercalcemia is the opposite condition in which blood calcium level can go abnormally high. Hypocalcemia leads to decalcification and weakening of bone and teeth, and hypercalcemia leads to calcification of soft tissues. Hypercalcemia causes slow and stunted growth and abnormal development of bone and teeth. It often results in ricket, osteoporosis, hyperplasia of thyroids, that is excessive growth of parathyroid, and hyperirritability and tetany, that is muscle contraction, and it may end in ultimate death. Hyponatremia or hypernatremia. Hyponatremia and hypernatremia. Hypo means it is a state of abnormally low serum sodium level, and hypernatremia is a state of abnormally high serum sodium level. Hyponatremia may cause severe dehydration, fall in blood volume and blood pressure, circulatory failure, acid-base imbalance, abnormal neuromuscular excitation, etc. Hypernatremia may cause retention in the body, abnormal rise in the blood volume and blood pressure. Hypokalemia is a state of abnormally low serum potassium level, and hyperkalemia is the state of abnormally high serum potassium level. The clinical symptoms of hypokalemia is muscular weakness, tachycardia. Tachycardia means the heart rate, beat rate will be high, dilation of heart with a gallop rhythm, etc. While hyperkalemia is characterized by bradycardia, that is low heart rate, peripheral vascular collapse, cardiac arrest, mental confusion, and depression. Hypochromic microcytic anemia is called as iron deficiency anemia. It is marked by iron deficiency and is widely prevalent among children, adolescent girls, expectant mother, nursing mothers. The disease is characterized by low RBC count, low hemoglobin level, and poor oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. 3 disorders of the iron metabolism are noticed among human beings. They are siderosis, nutritional siderosis, hemochromatosis. Siderosis is the excessive deposition of iron in tissues in form of hemosiderin. Hemosiderin is an iron containing pigment which is not available for metabolic processes. Nutritional siderosis is the deposition of large amounts of iron in liver, probably due to the intake of iron in far excess quantities. It's commonly seen in the bandus the people of Bandas of South Africa who traditionally cook their food in iron vessels. Hemochromatosis is called as bronzed diabetes. It is a rare pathological condition characterized by high intestinal absorption of iron and excessive deposition of hemosiderin in liver, spleen, pancreas, skin, etc. It is often accompanied by cirrhosis of liver, enlargement of pancreas and spleen, grey discoloration of skin, diabetes mellitus, etc. Now there is Wilson's disease. It's hepatolenticular degeneration. It is a human disease due to defective copper metabolism. It is a rare familial or hereditary disorder in which synthesis of ceruloplasmin is defective or absent. Ceruloplasmin means it is a pigment, copper containing pigment synthesized in the liver. The disease is characterized by high accumulation of copper in brain, liver, kidney and eyes, and damaging them by copper poisoning. Visible symptoms of Wilson's disease are the tremor, rigidity, difficulty in speech. Hypochloremic alkalosis. It's an abnormal condition characterized by high alkalinity of blood. It results from extreme deficiency of chlorine. Dental caries, dental fluorosis and skeletal fluorosis is another deficiency disease. Dental caries or tooth decay is caused by fluorine deficiency in the body. Dental fluorosis, skeletal fluorosis is caused by excessive concentration of fluorine in the body. Dental fluorosis is characterized by mottling of the enamel of the tooth. Enamel will lose its luster. It will become weak and rough. That is called mottling. In severe cases, there will be loss of enamel and pitting of the tooth. This will give the tooth a corroded appearance. Skeletal fluorosis is the pathological change in bone, such as sclerosis. Sclerosis means overcalcification and abnormal thickening of the bones. It's common in workers who handle fluorine-containing minerals. Endemic goiter or simple goiter is a pathological or benign enlargement of the thyroid gland with normal production of thyroid hormone. It results from the deficiency of iodine in the body. Pine disease. It's also called as brush sickness, wasting disease, coastal disease. It's a cobalt deficiency disease found in cattle, sheep of some areas of Australia and New Zealand who feed on cobalt deficient fodder. The disease is characterized by severe anemia, wasting of muscles and ultimate death.